Welcome, you beautiful, magnificent galactic spirit. I'm so glad to be joining you on this 13-day adventure into innate soul purity. What are the energies we were born with that are universal to all of us? What is our innate birthright that our soul of souls, our deepest aspects within us know? And as we flow with the universal waters, transcending no time and no space, how are we evolving and ever evolving our magnificence and letting go, letting the waters of time and space and external circumstances wash over us? And if in fact we do have times that aren't so pleasant in our external world, or we're tapped into emotions, we can allow them to wash through us, through our innate and our universal soul purity, the connection to all that exists, the chalice of our innate self that's connected to the divine matrix. So that's what we're going to talk about in this 13-day cycle. We're going to talk about where we have been and what we've experienced over the last 13-day cycle, as well as go deep into where we are evolving our consciousness right now. So why don't we get started? I think we already did. Here is our little snapshot of how we're releasing unproductive thoughts and feelings by tapping into our internal worlds. And we're going to talk about all of those things. First, where have we been? Here's the little science of how Galactic Spirit is working and where we have been. So here's the little science for the, not a little science, but a little bit of our methodology for those who are interested. But I do want to remind you that all you have to do is go to galacticspirit.com and process one energy a day within this 13-day cycle. So let me show you where we are now, and you can get this little snapshot on galacticspirit.com. There are 52-day cycles in our 260-day adventure, each of these being one birthright a day that we are evolving in our innate soul purity, going back to the energy of now. And just as a reminder, all of these energies are entangled with each other. What does that mean? That means that while each one of these birthrights are inherent to how we came into the planet and how we're choosing to come in now, what happened is they are all relating to our universal wholeness. So each one of these energies, as we pay attention to them on its respective day, are adding up to our wholeness. And right now, these 260 are broken down into 52 cycles. We are now in the 13-day cycle of the moon with 13 days, which is part of the 52 days of the green castle. And the green castle is all about universal wholeness and infinite consciousness. And you will see that as we go through each of these 13 cycles, you can get these charts on galacticspirit.com, that as we go through all of these 13-day cycles, they are all about mega internal consciousness and universal wholeness. And now, as a reminder, I'm repeating myself on purpose, we are in the 13-day cycle of the moon innate soul purity, And we're going to delve really deep into that with a lot of inspirations, maybe a little meditation. This is all stream of consciousness, stream of consciousness. If you allow during this cycle of transformation, let me show you this. This is so cool. Here, upside down, we have started the 13-day ascension into evolving your stream of consciousness with soul purity. So we are in the moon cycle, day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way up to 13 days of really paying attention to what our emotions are doing to us, what our mental thoughts are doing to us, and reminding ourselves that you are the boss of you. Your mind is not the boss of you, and all these thoughts that come in and replay self over and over again, that is not the boss of you. That is your ego speaking. When your emotions, you get so upset or so attached to whatever external forces are going on, you make that, or an unenlightened being, you are a enlightened being with your innate soul purity. You are the boss of you. Your emotions do not take hold. And this is what we are aspiring to over these 13 days. And where we are going, we're going to be talking about how each of these 13 days and how you can tap into your innate soul purity as we go through this cycle one day at a time. Progress, not perfection. We go into how we make our innate soul self, our innate soul purity, the boss of you, even though we are always adventuring into the unknown. Because when we start predicting through our monkey mind, who thinks it knows best, that we are going to experience this on this day and that on this day, and we're going to experience this emotion on this day, you are not creating new consciousness. You are replaying the same energies that are in your cellular memory as compared to tapping into using the tools of our innate soul self to see that fluid transcendence of moving into experiences that we've never experienced before and experiencing new adventures with new thinking and a new mind. Thoughts matter. Not the same mental chatter that we've been experienced over and over again. These thoughts that come in through the divine matrix, through our Akash, through places that we've never expected, through our intuition. And this moon cycle is all about expanding your intuition and going with the flow to seeing the energies that you've never seen before. And where have we been? Where were we last cycle? We spent 13 days of the warrior cycle. Let me get the image where it's not glowy for you. There it is, the warrior. Warrior was all about intelligence, bravery, and trust, and courageous determination. So going back to a concept I already talked about before, even though we are experiencing one birthright a day, with a focus on each 13-day cycle, one birthright, one birthright, one birthright, one birthright, within one 13-day cycle. This is where we were last time. So if you were paying attention and being aware and being conscious of your circumstances and synchronicities that unfold by being courageous and have determination, you will see as we move into the moon cycle of our fluid transcendence that you have the courage that warrior gave you from the last cycle to do that. I want you to start experiencing how each of our birthrights are entangled, become part of our universal wholeness, ever evolving our spiritual consciousness. So we do have freedom coming from our free will. Our free will is saying to ourselves, I am the boss of me. I am not in control of, I am in control of my mind. My mind isn't in control of me. I am not replaying this old dogmatic thinking over and over again. And when it sneaks into your monkey mind through warrior, through being brave and experiencing that last cycle, you're going to entrust the fact that you don't know how we're stepping into the unknown. And when your emotions start flailing up because external circumstances aren't as you would have liked them to be, you step into a place of trust. Last cycle. And what about all the energies that we've experienced so far in the past? How are we taking all of those energies to bring them into now to support our consciousness with soul purity? You have no idea how hard it is to point upside down and backwards. There we go, soul purity. So, where we've been as warrior, practicing bravery and courageous determination, doing a wrap-up of where we are now. I love to repeat myself so you really sink in, but stay tuned. We're going to do a really wonderful insights on your fluid transcendence of the 260-day cycle, one energy of the day. We are beginning the 52-day cycle in the moon of fluid transcendence within the 52 days of really stepping into our wholeness, tapping into the universe, you, and the verse of you in our multi-dimensional multiverse, where you can tap into infinite states of consciousness. And just to give you a little teaser, I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit. Next cycle, we're moving into your Akash, into enhanced receptivity. So in this cycle of fluid transcendence, you need to be clear and you need to be pure to be able to really tap into your enchanted receptivity. You understand how all of these energies, every single one, is a part of each other, and your ability to step from the known, our third dimensional world, into this powerful time of evolving our fifth dimensional consciousness. So our physical bodies, which aren't physical at all, you know that, they're a whole bunch of cells and shimmering electromagnetic particles that are shimmering to give the illusion that we're third dimensional beings. And our cells are just begging to be awakened and to go with the flow using our moon energies to move into our transcendent beingness of light, where the particles in between our cells, which are the same particulate matter of the ever-expanding universe, the same star stuff, are shimmering on the universal waters projected by the moon. That was very metaphoric. That was very deep. It just came from me. So let's talk about the shimmering waters. The moon is a reflection of, this is the science now, of the sun reflecting and bouncing off the earth. And the sun, our sun, rises every day, sets in the west, goes through its own phases, right? So what I want you to do in this cycle of 13 days and forever is to start paying attention to the moon cycles as you look up into the heavens and you see the moon cycles and you see this beautiful reflection of self. When you're looking at the moon, seeing the different phases and the multidimensionality of you. On the first day of the moon cycle, you ask yourself, how am I allowing unproductive thought and emotions to run my life? And look at the magnetic energy of how it feels in your body. We're not going to go day by day because there's another series of videos going through day by day with the moon cycle. It's called Your Progression. And there's a whole set of videos on that. But I want you to start looking at the moon now and seeing how it's always moving to another place, moving from darkness on the new moon, moving into full, and then as it's full in your ripeness, where the whole earth is illuminated even in the darkness of light, you are reaping all the energies that you have sowed at the beginning of the cycle. And then as the moon starts to wane, wax on the way up, wane on the way down, you start beaming your light and all the things that you've learned and giving it back to others. That's how every single progression of galactic spirit works. And the moon, we can look at it, is that brilliant light, that twinkle that we can look at to remind ourselves every day, whether it's in the moon cycle of galactic spirit or not, it always exists and we can see that. So, how does the moon play on our energies and our multidimensional wholeness of ourselves? Let's talk about the body. Let's talk about the influence of the moon on our mind, the influence of the galactic energies of the moon on our emotions, and of the galactic energies of our spirit. How does the moon enhance our spirit? If you'd like, let's do a little meditation today, setting the intention that all of these energies that we're going to talk about are going to be incorporated into our multi-dimension, our body, our mind, our spirit, and our emotional, multi-dimensional aspects of ourselves now, where we can draw upon these energies anytime we want as they are incorporated into our multidimensional being. Breathe and take a beautiful smile. It's hard to smile and share this with you at the same time, but smile. Feel your smile in every cell and fiber of your body. With your feet deeply connected to Mother Gaia, planted on the floor. Kick off your shoes if you're wearing any. Smile your loving gratitude into Mama Gaia, Pachamama, the beautiful crystalline grid which holds all of our energies, every single person, all of our karma, all of our akash that has ever existed on the earth, the past, present, and future. Draw that energy up, smiling all the way through our chakras. Let's do them. Feel the water. That's the universal water of the energy of the moon rising from the ebb and flow, cycled by the pull of the moon. The moon is pure, but it is so powerful. Flowing our tides, flowing the energies of our bodies. Women, if you understand and you're connected with and you are planted with the energies of Mother Earth, you bleed on the full moon. Bring these energies from Pachamama Gaia up through our root chakra. Feel the blood and the Kundalini energy rising up through root, sacral. This isn't a chakra meditation. We're going to talk about the fluid waters of the moon cycling up all the way to our galactic spirit, smiling through every cell, come up through our sacral chakra, our will chakra, just move through, up through them. There's plenty of chakra meditations that we've got for you on the Color Alchemy site, but come up through your heart chakra, the seat of your soul. Really important energy. All starts here, the rainbow bridge of your energy, your communications chakra, and you're communicating from the core of the crystalline grid, moving up through every smiling cell, up through the third eye where the pineal gland is, the connector to all that exists, the seat of your consciousness, heart and pineal, super connected, seat of your soul, seat of your consciousness, blowing through your crown chakra into as far as the ever-expanding galaxy. You are an energetic channel. You are the boss of your mind. You are the boss of your emotion, not the other way around. Smile in this beautiful not three-dimensional space. Here's two-dimension. Ground to the ever-expanding universe. But every single dimension of your 360 auric field is beaming your light, the space in between, into a 360 ever-expanding bubble of light that is in constant torrido, up, down through the bottom of your feet, motion. Look at you can use your hands if you want to, expanding out as far as you can, smiling into every cell of your body, and then moving 1 degree over. I want you to see this visualization. Down through your feet, move another degree over, all the way 360 degrees, all throughout your body. Breathe into that. Oh, next cycle is your spiritual breath. Let's use some now. That each of these beautiful birthrights are entangled with each other of your wholeness. Breathe. How is the moon's reflection helping you go through the flow on your physical body. Let emotions and mental thoughts come in. Don't suppress them, but let them wash through. Use the power of the moon's force and the power of its electromagnetic pull on the earth. You are part of that earth, and your fluids in your body, the blood coursing through your veins, to wash through toxicities and energies of external circumstances that do not serve your highest purpose. Let them go. A beautiful visualization for your body. Ooh, I'm feeling dreamy. I don't know about you. Stay present. If you're present, feel, that's your emotion, your emotional body, feel little tingles in your body. Do you feel it? You can practice this. I practice this every day, and for sure on day number 1 of each cycle. You can actually feel your every cell pulsing. You can use your hands if you want. Do you see them? Let me put them in the screen. Like pulsing your electromagnetic cells into this Taurian field. So you are connected to crystalline core of the earth and the ever-expanding galactic field, the divine matrix, the Akash, the collective unconscious. Doesn't matter what you call it, it's all our universal connection to source and the blood in our bodies. By the way, we can go backwards. We're not going backwards. We're just going in the flow. One flow one way, one flow others, going back to feeling this electromagnetic pulse in our body. So when you're paying attention and you're noticing, awareness is everything, attention goes where energy flows. Are you connected? Are you pulsing electromagnetic energy in your body with the ebb and flow of the fluids in your body? Going both ways. Doesn't matter. Just go both ways in 360 degrees. So as you're pulsing this electromagnetic frequency, going back to feeling these energies of the body, a beautiful visualization. Don't worry, everybody. I always come back to where I'm going. This is a stream of consciousness. You get what you get from my heart to yours. Take a deep smiling breath. The visualization is when you take a shower or a bath. You're rinsing off all that third dimensional gook that you have absorbed during the day just by the nature of you being empathetic and being in the world. And all those toxicities and energies that you absorbed in ordering to let your reflected light of the moon and fluid transcendence continue to come in. You are washing those away in the shower, and you are seeing them circling down the drain, releasing all of those mental thoughts, And those emotions and what you think are spiritual concepts, or if you take a look at them through your innate spiritual self, through your innate soul purity, you will know whether these spiritual thoughts are of the ultimate purity for you. Do they hold truth? That was one of the energies of last cycle. Were you warrior enough to see their own truths? Another entangled energy. All these 20 energies are connected. All your birthrights are connected. All 20 birthrights are connected is the way I should have said that. If you've experienced mirror before, you've been able to see the reflection of yourself within the universal waters and see that reflection. Is it of true purity or not? If not, if it's not of what your heart of heart, if it doesn't hold love above all else, that's the energy of dog. All the birthrights are entangled. They're all part of you. And because we are in the green castle of universal wholeness, they're all coming together now. This is beautiful, beautiful time. That if it's not full of love, visualize the shower or your bath, all those energies going down the drain. So, a couple more things in the body. As you're going through a body scan, let's say, if you want to go top to bottom, starting with your crown, working down, sometimes it's better to mix it up instead of going from bottom to top. It doesn't matter. You're 360 degrees of vibrating electromagnetic bioluminescence. Breathe into that. You're a being of light. You are a major reflection of the universal galactic spirit. So in your body, as you're cleansing, as you're allowing your blood or this water shower over you with the ebb and flow of your three-dimensional world, when you take pause from your external world, make your inner world stronger than your external environments, which are causing your monkey mind to do this endless chatter, which are causing your emotions to run amok that aren't of your purest loving self. In this pause, watching your fluid transcendence of yourself wash over all your organs. See them. Are there any dark spots in them? Anything in your brain or your mental capacity? Take little scrubbing brushes. Are you speaking your truth? Little scrubbing brushes. Scrub away all those energies that are not of your birthrights, of your not truths. How is your heart? Maybe does your heart have a little dark spot that you need to clean? Go through every single organ. Do you have and a great indicator, do you have a pain somewhere? What is that pain in your body telling you about your mental, physical, and spiritual worlds? Have that beautiful fluid transcendence wash over you and release that energy. And while you're in there, once you've let it all go, go into your telomeres. What are your telomeres? Those are the places of your cellular structure that get shorter and shorter and shorter with age. Reverse your age. Remember, we already had the energy of seed, the seed, one little tiny piece of soul consciousness that can grow into a mighty tree. Your consciousness is that mighty tree, and now we're asking the fluid waters of the ebb and flow of the moon to grow those seeds and to regrow our telomeres, getting longer and longer, extending our lives, making us look better, having us full of vitality. The waters are running over us in that soul purity. Want to remind you, tell them again. Pay attention to the cycles of the moon, because it is not perfection, it is progress. Fluid transcendence is better today than it was yesterday, every day. See your inner soul's purity as the truth and the light and the reflection of your entire chalice within. Your spiritual soul, your spiritual self. Wash away the physical energies in your body. You are transcendent of your environment. That's what moon is about. It's about that reflection. What else can I tell you about moon? I have some other groovy notes here. Yeah. In your mental self, you think because you thought you thunk. I don't think that's very good English. But in our third dimensional world, you think your karma needs to be victim of past trauma. Use your inner soul purity to wash it away. You don't have to forget past trauma. I don't think you can ever do that, at least not in my lifetime. Maybe you're an older soul than me. Maybe you can completely transcend that. But here's the practice. If you are working on the magnetics of your body and you're feeling those tingles, you know that you're connected to everything electromagnetically that exists in the universe, and everything is electromagnetic frequency. If you are the boss of your mind, it takes so much practice. Because our ego mind wants to step into the familiar thinking that, oh, I'm acting or I'm behaving in a certain way because I've been hurt in the past, or I was disappointed in the past, or I was betrayed in the past. Whatever your story is and whatever emotion is attached to that, with fluid transcendence, wash over that, have your awareness come in. This is why we practice paying attention to the moon cycles, for example, or using whatever tool that you want to bring your consciousness back into a state of awareness. Whether it be numbers on a clock, 1111, 444, or whether it's seeing repeating images, or just getting into the habit of bringing your consciousness into bigger than what our what our five senses can show us. So instead of going back to this past trauma in whatever story, and we all have them, We have a story every day that we can attach ourselves to or not, or let it pass through us, let those beautiful waters pass through us, to learn from them, to learn the synchronicities, to see the lessons that they have to teach you, but to pass through. So instead of your mind going back into this mental chatter that the ego wants us to suffer in, we can adventure into the unknown merely by saying, let's do it. Connect to Gaia. You're already there, right? You're already connected. In seconds, you can go there. You are this channel. Skywalker. Remember the energy of that birthright? You're the energy of the Skywalker, connecting to galactic spirit, ever expanding. You don't know the scope of it. You don't know what you don't know, because it's ever expanding, ever getting bigger. The divine matrix, ever bigger and bigger, connecting to the past, present, and future of our beautiful galactic Earth. That is our Skywalker selves, our ever expanding explorer. Having the courage to, within that connection, to say, yeah, so I had that past story. What is the blackness of space and unknown? Take pause. Go into this space. Take pause. What is the unknown? Train your mind. No, I don't have to play this story over and over in my mind. I am going to think about the void of the unknown, the blackness of space getting bigger and bigger, allowing receptivity to come in. So you're allowing the moon as a remembrance with the ebb and flow for the vastness of this flow to come in. Same thing with emotion. Mind and emotion are all of fourth dimension, and they're so intertwined. Have you ever noticed whenever you start thinking about something, you get worked up? So the interconnectedness of both of them are so powerful, but your innate self, your moon self, your fluid transcendence, your innate soul self, the one that is connected to all that exists, gives you the capacity for freedom of fourth dimension. Your monkey mind and your toxic emotions that you have gotten by your third dimensional world. That which you think is real. The only thing that's real is your consciousness, and you are the boss of that. Breathe into that. Breathe in. Allow your innate soul to wash over. And with the ever flow of the moon cycles, to allow those toxicities to be washed away. Move into your fluid transcendence. The moon is a constant reminder of your light and the light of your soul purity. I love how the moon shimmers on bodies of water. So think about this as the most beautiful metaphor as we go through this 13-day cycle of deepening our ability to always step into fluid transcendence. The moon shimmering on our body, sparkle like glitter. The same way it shimmers on any body of water. And we are that sparkling beam of light that can celebrate every nuance of all of our birthrights. Fluid transcendence is an inside job. Evolution is an inside job. With the ebb and flow of our moon cycles, progress is the answer. As we evolve our seeded selves into the new earth, into allowing third dimensional environmental circumstance pass through us. Because at the end of the day, when we transition, when our bodies leave this third dimensional world, our soul essence can look back and say, what did we learn? Did we live in a place where our mind and our emotions are in control of us, which is in a state of suffering? Or did we, through our consciousness, through our mental discipline, say mind and body and spirit and emotion? Did we live in a state of joy because we allowed external worlds and circumstances to pass through us, through the bravery and trust? And we have to be brave and trust that. I'm not perfect. I just had a situation where I had all this expectation attached to a certain circumstance. It happens. And it'll happen again. But every time we evolve through one of our birthrights, hopefully we pass through it faster. So instead of our days and our weeks and our months and our years being in a state of suffering every day, in moments, being able to be that channel and step into our connectedness to galactic spirit, our ever-expanding universe, our connection to our beautiful Mother Earth and our Gaia. Be that explorer, be brave enough in order to say, vanquish. Vanquish these body, mind, emotions. Feel the tingle of our electromagnetic connection. Feel the ebb and the flow of our innate self to wash that away, and see with the clarity of the moon sparkling on the water. See the clarity of the moon and our internal brightness shining through external circumstances. Breathe into that. Let the moon, the sister of our sun, another birthright, the birthright of illumination and total connection to all that exists in our survival. But the moon sheds a softer light, a kinder light, a compassionate light onto the seat of our soul, our heart, and our third eye, our pineal gland, as the connection to our universal galactic spirit. Allow fluid transcendence during this cycle to always pass through you. That is your boss. The boss of you is your innate soul purity, connected to all that exists. Next up, we are going to go into the cycle of wind. How does soul purity help us with the birthright of wind and our divine breath? So easy. Let's get started. Because every single birthright is entangled as part of your galactic spirit, part of the whole. Wind is the channel of breath, the breath of our connection, of multidimensional connection, two-way connection to our spiritual self. And if our soul is pure with our moon, we can hear, we can see, we can use all of the multidimensional aspects and beyond of our five senses to connect to the breath of the wind and enchanted receptivity. Enjoy your fluid transcendence. From my heart to yours. Namaste. The light within me, the light of my moon, reflects the light of your moon. Namaste. And in Lakesh, the Mayan way to say namaste, I am another yourself. We are all connected. We are all part of the whole in loving galactic spirit from within to without, and feeling the connection within. I'll see you next time.